What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more battles here in the Ultra League. These are some practice Go Battle League battles against a bunch of my patrons, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. Luckily for you guys, unluckily for me, my rating has kind of tanked in the last couple of days, so I should be able to find battles more quickly in Go Battle League now, so we'll be able to actually see some of my official Go Battle League gameplay in the upcoming videos. But in today's videos, I want to talk about GALLADE. I think GALLADE has a very unique spot in the Premier Cup right now in Ultra League. It beats Venusaur, it beats Swampert, it beats Lapras, it beats all the fighters. So this really gives GALLADE kind of a unique role as a core breaker in the Ultra Premier meta right now. And I'm sure you've seen videos from other content creators as well featuring GALLADE, and it's just because it's such a strong Pokemon. The #1 player in the world right now, Jonkus, is actually utilizing a team that uses GALLADE as a safe swap. I think GALLADE performs amazing as a safe swap, but it also functions pretty well in the lead as well. The moveset you're going to want to run on it is Confusion, and then Leaf Blade and Close Combat. Close Combat, as we know, hits like an absolute truck, and you do get stab on it, so it hits for a lot of damage, but it does drastically reduce your defense. And Leaf Blade is an all-around great move that only takes 3 confusions to get to, and the confusion damage is absolutely insane. So in this video, we're going to see a couple different team comp variations of me using GALLADE. Sometimes I run it as a safe swap, sometimes I run it in the lead. No matter what, you're going to need to give GALLADE some shields, so that's definitely something you need to be aware of. GALLADE is absolutely going to need shields because it is fairly glassy. So as you can see here, I have my GALLADE on the Swampert. Leaf Blade would absolutely one-shot the Swampert, and because I was able to store up so much energy, I'm able to throw back-to-back Leaf Blades. Oh, it actually does not one-shot Swampert. Oh my gosh, it does not one-shot. Well, I'm glad we learned that right there. It comes very close though. Probably like 2 confusions worth of damage plus a Leaf Blade would be able to take out that Swampert, because that Swampert was full health. The only damage that it received was from the potential Leaf Blades coming through. My Lapras is stuck against this Venusaur. This is not great, and my opponent farms up a pretty significant amount of energy there. But I'm going to be able to bring out GALLADE and confusion this down. The Frenzy Plant's going to, Sludge Bomb takes me out, and then Escavalier, I'm able to counter it down there. Good game. GALLADE into Venusaur. This is a favorable lead for GALLADE. Venusaur is definitely one of the top picks in the Premier Cup. And luckily my Lapras is able to respond to this Gyarados, even if this is a crunch, which it is. It doesn't really do that much damage, and Lapras has a very solid matchup here. I am running Ice Shard, Surf, and Skull Bash. Skull Bash is an amazing move. It boosts your defense and it hits for so much damage. Ice Shard has pretty decent energy generation as well. So out comes that Venusaur, and unfortunately it's going to be able to farm up a lot of energy off my Lapras. They do throw their energy right now. They don't want to get hit by another Surf, makes sense. But I know that they are very close to another Frenzy Plant. Yep, they banked 2, very smart play. There is a case to be made. I could come in with Charizard there to avoid having to shield. But I farm it down. It's a Charizard in the back. I'm just going to go straight for the Close Combat here. Look how much damage that does. Even though it's resisted, it does like 40% damage on Charizard. Very impressive. And the confusion damage really chunks away. So at this point, my win condition is just a fast move down this Charizard. And I can save my shield for GALLADE and confusion it down if I have to. Gonna be able to fire spin it down there. Good game. GALLADE into Escavalier. Not the best lead, but the counters from Escavalier are resisted, and the confusions from GALLADE are resisted as well, but Close Combat will hit for very strong neutral damage. This Escavalier is actually running Aerial Ace, which is even worse for GALLADE, because that will be hitting for super effective because of GALLADE's fighting typing. I'm going to bait with Leaf Blade here. I know it is double resisted, but I really want to get some shields here because I had to go down 2 shields, which is not great. Gonna throw another bait. I get the shield, and then I'm going to switch into Charizard. I wanted to try to fire spin that Escavalier down before it threw a move, but it does throw an Aerial Ace. Out comes Empoleon, and because my Charizard has an energy advantage here, I'm going to be able to get to Blast Burn. It's going to hit for very strong neutral damage. Almost takes out the Empoleon, but then the Empoleon's able to waterfall me down. Luckily, Lapras is going to be able to come in and absorb this damage pretty safely. And it's just a Hydro Cannon, totally fine. Most Empoleons run Hydro Cannon and Drill Peck as the moveset in Premier Cup. Shields are down, so I'm going to try to get this Skull Bash off before I get hit by a move to boost up my defense. Really good for me there, and at this point I can pretty much just go straight Surf. This is probably back-to-back superpowers here, yep. Hits for super effective. And then out comes the Escavalier. The Surf's going to be able to take it out, luckily. Now, unfortunately, the Snorlax, oh man, really good counting by my opponent. Able to take me out with the Body Slam, but luckily I had a Leaf Blade stored the whole time and I knew that Gallade would win CMP. So I'm going to be able to take out that Snorlax there. Good game. Lapras into Escavalier. Not a great lead. The Ice Shards are resisted. The counters are going to be hitting me for super effective damage. So I safe swap into my Gallade. And I do need to shield this up because it's Aerial Ace again and it's going to be hitting for super effective. So I'm going to throw the Leaf Blade here. Gonna bait again because once again close combat would hit for very, very strong neutral damage. It would definitely KO the Escavalier at that range. Gonna bait with another Leaf Blade, hoping to get both shields. So I shield right here, which is a bad move on my part because they have back-to-back Aerial Aces. That is not good at all. Able to take me out, so I for sure wasted a shield, and I'm bringing my Escavalier out just hoping that he doesn't have Drill Run. Please be an Aerial Ace. It's a freaking Drill Run. I'm in a very bad spot here. So out comes Empoleon, and then he makes a sacrificial swap into Obstagoon to catch this Drill Run. Really heads up play. I'm going to bank a Drill Run because I know that my Escavalier can win CMP against Empoleon in the endgame scenario. Cross Chop does hit for super effective on Lapras. Man, I think Obstagoon has a decent amount of play in Premier Cup as well. Definitely going to be trying some team comps with Obstagoon as well. All my Lapras needs to do is get this Empoleon into Drill Run range. And Drill Peck does hit Lapras for neutral damage. And this Empoleon is for sure in Drill Run range now. So I can just let my Lapras go down and guarantee that my Escavalier will be able to land the Drill Run because of charge move priority. Because Escavalier has a higher attack stat than Empoleon. Good game. Let's see here. Lapras lead again into Gengar. Okay, so Lapras gets to the Surf before Gengar is able to get to Shadow Ball or Sludge Bomb. But Gengar's one Shadow Claw away. So I do get a shield there, which is really good. Lapras can tank a Shadow Ball at this range. So there's definitely a case to be made that I could have no shielded that. But I do shield it, which is not great. So, and he baited me with Shadow Punch. I switch into Gallade here, and then I have to shield up. Oh, it's actually a Focus Blast. Oh my gosh, I still shielded up. And since shields are down, I'm going to be able to get to this close combat, which is going to be able to one-shot this Snorlax. But then I know I'm going to be farmed down because my defense fell pretty substantially. Out comes that Gengar. Oh, yikes. I get Shadow Claw down. I am not in a good spot here at all. I do know the Gengar is running Shadow Punch and Focus Blast, though. I know this is just going to be a Shadow Punch. And then actually bring out my Escavalier to counter down the Gengar. And... what? It's another Gengar in the back. So I think Jonathan was trolling here, or he just accidentally selected two Gengars. Good game. Alright, Lapras into Gengar again. Gengar lead is pretty legit. You're going to be totally walled by like Obstagoon unless you are running Focus Blast. So I shield up the Shadow Ball, which is great. Out comes Swampert. I switch into my Gallade, but I'm so slow to this swap here. So slow to this swap. I'm going to let the first Hydro Cannon go through. But now I have to go down 2 shields because I was so slow to this swap. Not great at all. And I can't really over farm that much because Swampert is so fast at getting to these moves. Not going to be able to get to another Leaf Blade. This Hydro Cannon is going to be able to take me out. Not great. And I'm in a tough scenario. I know my Lapras is going to be hit by an Earthquake. And I know that they still have a Gengar in the back, which Escavalier is really going to struggle with. Out comes Gengar. We actually simultaneously swap. And I'm able to get to this Drill Run, but my opponent plays this absolutely perfectly. They're going to shield and then build up a lot of energy. They're counting my fast moves perfectly. They farm up to the optimal amount of energy. They nuke me with Shadow Ball. And then because they have so much energy, they're actually able to get to this Shadow Ball as well. Almost take out my Lapras. It's a full health Togekiss in the back. We lose this. Good game. Lapras into Obstagoon. Not super great, especially if the Obstagoon is running Cross Chop. So let's see if they're running Cross Chop. It's just Night Slash. Looks like I'm trying to go for the Skull Bash here to boost my defense. But straight Surf also could be an approach here. Okay, I guess I'm going to bait with Surf. It does a decent chunk to Obstagoon. It hits for neutral damage the whole time, same with the Ice Shards. I do get a shield there, which is good. And then they counter me down, which is not great. Gonna bring out Escavalier. Really hoping I only get hit by 1 Night Slash. It does hit for neutral damage. But because of the fast move desync, I'm not able to get in a second counter. Geez, I hope Niantic is gonna fix this at some point soon. And this is absolutely horrible. Yeah, so this particular line, Lapras lead and then Gallade and Escavalier, crazy weak to Togekiss in the back. Crazy weak to Togekiss. Oh my gosh, I can't catch a lead again in these 3 battles against X-Win here. So hard countered with the Magnezone lead and then equally hard countered with the Togekiss switch in. Not great at all. Should have just went for close combat there because I was going to get to 1 move anyways. And then I'm going to bring out Lapras to farm this down. I need some residual energy to threaten that Magnezone. Flamethrower hurts. So most likely going to double surf the Magnezone. Okay, I switch into Escavalier there. So the Dragon Breath damage is resisted on Escavalier, but the counters are resisted on Dragonite. This is kind of just resisted matchup all around, but Dragon Breath is such an oppressive fast move, and Dragonite gets to the Dragon Claws faster than Escavalier can keep up with. Drill Run is double resisted because of the flying typing. I'm going to go for the Mega Horn here. I still have a lot of stored energy on Lapras. The Mega Horn connects, and then I should have just let Escavalier go down there because I needed to preserve this Lapras with all that energy. That was just a huge mistake. Huge mistake on my part for sure. And Magnezone's going to be able to take me out. Good game. Man, that was a rough set of 3 right there. Going up against Whoop-de-Whoop, Lapras into Dragonite. Really great lead for me. Safe swaps into Gengar. Okay, so this matchup is very interesting because this is not a Shadow Gallade. You actually need to throw a move onto the Gengar. Otherwise, the Gengar is going to get to 2 Shadow Punches and you're going to be down 2 shields, which is not good at all. Out comes Dragonite. I'm going to let Gallade go at this point. and bring out Lapras, and for sure just farm this thing down. All the way down. And in the back is a double shielded Snorlax. Probably should have just went straight Surf here, because that was a huge waste of energy since it got shielded. But I love boosting up my defense with Skull Bash. I love boosting up my defense with Skull Bash. I still have Escavalier in the back, so we're totally looking fine. Shields are down, and Escavalier is going to be able to handle this Snorlax just fine. By the way, tomorrow I'm actually going to be, one of my friends is coming over and is going to help me build a new PC. Because right now I've been doing everything from my little laptop here, and especially for streaming, when we're trying to do big streams, it can't really hang, and it really decreases my efficiency with pumping out videos not having a super optimized PC. So I'm very excited for that. Stay tuned for, you know, longer streams, and I'll be able to pump out videos a lot more efficiently, which is very exciting. Oh my gosh, Escavalier is on this Togekiss. Absolutely horrible. Both the Drill Run and Mega Horn are resisted. Gonna bring out my Lapras to farm this thing down again. I am up a shield, which is really nice. Could have maybe shielded up that Ancient Power, but I really just want to farm that thing down the whole way. Out comes Snorlax. I'm gonna try to get to back-to-back close combats here, or at least build up to enough energy where I can bait a Leaf Blade and then land a close combat. I have to shield up this Body Slam. It does hit for pretty strong neutral damage, and the lick damage is hitting for super effective the whole time. So I'm one confusion short of getting to back-to-back close combats, but I bait the shield successfully. Now I'm going to be able to land this close combat. It's for sure going to take out the Snorlax at that range. Out comes Togekiss. It charms me down. Not good at all. I'm able to Ice Shard it down, and Machamp in the back, not good at all. It takes a little bit more than 2 Surfs to KO a Machamp, and as you can see, Machamp's going to be able to get to a cross chop and take me out. Very close game though. Very close game for sure. Good game there. Gallade into Empoleon. Okay, Empoleon does resist the confusion damage. Leaf Blade's gonna hit for neutral because of the water and steel typing. Close combat would absolutely one-shot this thing. Drill Peck it would hit Gallade for super effective damage as well. So I bait with Leaf Blade, and then they switch into Charizard, and I'm pretty slow to the switch into my Lapras here. But because the confusion damage registered on the Charizard, this is totally fine. Gonna overfarm a little bit here and then throw the Surf. And it's just enough to take out the Charizard. I know they still have that Empoleon. Okay, I was anticipating the Empoleon coming out here, but I'm just gonna get as much Surf chip damage as possible. This Body Slam should be just enough to take out Lapras. And gonna bring out Charizard. Out comes the Empoleon. Gonna bait with a Leaf Blade again. It's gonna hit for about, I think, like half health on Empoleon. We will see, because I should be able to... Oh, not able to get to that Leaf Blade. That's a bummer. I need this Empoleon gone, because a Hydro Cannon would absolutely destroy me. These waterfalls are adding up. This Blast Burn is going to be enough to KO. But they still have the Snorlax in the back. And that Snorlax, I have to get to a Blast Burn to take it out. And Body Slam is going to be just enough to KO Charizard at that range. Man, Charizard's still so glassy. Good game. Lapras into Swampert. This is a favorable matchup for Lapras, as long as you correctly shield up the Earthquake. And it's pretty rare that the Swampert baits, like on this first move. The Earthquake does connect. I'm actually going to switch into my Gallade, and the reasoning for this is because I'm worried that there was a potential flyer in the back, which there is. And so I'm able to bait it out, and this ensures that my Escavalier that's in the back doesn't have to see this Dragonite, and I'm up a shield. So pretty good scenario. This Dragon Claw is gonna hurt, unfortunately. And my Lapras just kind of sat there while Dragonite got in some Dragon Breath and threw Dragon Claw. Unfortunate. Had to double shield, and then I'm able to farm down. Out comes Swampert. I don't want to even be hit by a Hydro Cannon, so I just throw Surf right away. And then I bring out my Escavalier to counter it down. It is a Venusaur in the back. Escavalier is a great response to Venusaur. I'm going to be honest, in the 2700 range and up, I really don't run into that many Venusaurs. It's pretty crazy. I see a lot of Gallade, see a lot of Lapras, and then a decent amount of like fighting types. But really not that many Venusaurs, and surprisingly hardly any Swampert as well. Kind of interesting, because I've definitely noticed that, you know, different rating ranges, there's kind of their own separate metas. I know, yeah, it's just crazy. Like my wife Katie, she's in the 2200 range, and she sees like Venusaur almost every match, Poliwrath almost every match, and it's just very interesting how in the upper rating range, the matchups or like the Pokemon that you see can be completely different. I'm gonna throw this close combat on the Togekiss. I missed the excellent like a noob, but I'm gonna be able to bring out my Lapras and farm this thing down again. This team comp is pretty much based around baiting out the flyer in the back. Out comes Empoleon, not good for Lapras at all. Could have possibly went for the Skull Bash here to ensure that my defense gets boosted, but this is probably just a Hydro Cannon, yep. And then I'm going to switch in my Escavalier. Oh my gosh, it's a Charizard in the back, so this is a pretty hard counter loss right here. Charizard running Fire Spin hits Escavalier for double super effective damage. It's absolutely insane. I'm gonna bring out the Lapras. I have a lot of stored energy, but it doesn't really matter. That Empoleon's still really healthy. I could have just totally let this go, because this was for sure a loss. No way I was coming back from that. By the way, we do have FP Sticks merchandise. The link is always down in the description. You can pick up a cool t-shirt or a tank top, something like that. Feel free to check it out on the Teespring merch store over there in the description. Empoleon shreds my Lapras. Oh my gosh, good game. One more battle here, I think. Gallade and Swampert, favorable for Gallade. And as we know, the confusion damage, then plus one Leaf Blade will be enough to take out the Swampert. I'm able to get my Lapras switch locked against the Dragonite, so things are looking pretty good. Is the Swampert going to come out? Okay, Venusaur in the back. I'm just going to go straight for the Skull Bash. And the Ice Shards are hitting for super effective damage. I do get a shield. And my opponent farms up, again, the perfect amount, really good counting. Takes 4 Ice Shards to get to a Surf. Venusaur takes me out. I bring in a Charizard. It's a safer play here. I don't have to commit shields. I can tank one Sludge Bomb. And this is pretty much a wrap at this point. I just need a double shield Gallade, and I will be able to take this. So stay tuned for some more of my actual Go Battle League battles, because I've been having some really rough sets the past couple days. I'm barely above 2700 right now, so we have dropped, but it's alright. That's just how Go Battle League works sometimes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.